Once upon a time, in a quaint and charming village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters, who were rather unkind to her. She was made to do all the chores and was often left alone with her dreams and a few friendly mice who kept her company. One fine morning, an announcement echoed throughout the village. The prince was hosting a grand ball to find his true love, and every eligible maiden was invited. Cinderella's heart fluttered with excitement and hope. However, her stepmother refused to let her attend and piled even more chores on her delicate shoulders. Despite her predicament, Cinderella's cheerful spirit remained unbroken. Her loyal animal friends, led by Jacques and Gus, devised a plan to make her dream come true. They sewed a beautiful gown from scraps of fabric they had gathered, completing it with gossamer ribbons and twinkling beads. On the night of the ball, as Cinderella marveled at her enchanting gown, reality crashed down once her stepsisters tore it apart out of spite. Heartbroken, she ran to the garden crying, where her tears glistened under the moonlight. It was then that a miraculous change occurred. A gentle light emerged and revealed a kind fairy godmother. With a swish of her wand, the fairy godmother transformed Cinderella's torn gown into a splendid silver dress. With a laugh, she turned a pumpkin into a gleaming carriage and the mice into fine steeds. Cinderella was filled with a fresh burst of delight, but was cautioned to return by midnight, for the magic would cease to exist then. Cinderella arrived at the castle adorned like a true princess, captivating everyone, especially the prince. They danced and laughed, losing themselves entirely in the magic of the moment. However, as the clock ticked closer to midnight, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning. In a mad dash, she fled the castle, leaving behind only one glass slipper as a clue for the prince. Determined to find the mysterious beauty, the prince issued a decree that the girl whose foot fit the glass slipper would be his bride. The village buzzed with excitement as emissaries arrived to measure the fit on every maiden's foot. When they reached Cinderella's home, her stepsisters and stepmother hurriedly tried to fit the shoe, but it was of no use. With a patient nod from a kind-hearted servant, Cinderella was allowed to try as well. To everyone's astonishment and to her stepfamily's dismay, the shoe fit perfectly. Soon after, Cinderella joined the prince in a joyous reunion. The village celebrated a wedding filled with laughter, cheer, and endless joy. Cinderella's kindness and courage had finally led her to a life of endless happiness, and she never forgot the fairy tale night that changed her life forever. And, of course, they lived happily ever after.